Alright, there we go. Little technical difficulties. We got this, though. Alright. So, now that we're back on, market just opened. So the big question is, there we go. The big question is everyone going to listen to what the FOMC said the other day? Now, so far, things are definitely moving up. So it looks like people are going to believe the Fed. It looks like they're going to believe Jerome Powell saying that we're not in a recession, at least for now. The QQQ has gone up $7, I think, since the meeting. So things are moving. It looks like things are moving in the right direction. That's a good sign. I'm still not going to move anything just yet. I'm going to wait until next week, because sometimes, actually, I'm just going to wait until next week because I want to do more research first. And what do I have a position in? Am I waiting for something to close? No. Okay. So I think I'm just waiting for. Oh yeah, I did. Let me. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be. So I did end up selling a couple of UEC. I don't remember if I did that live or not, but I sold a couple for $3.85, I believe it was, and I did sell the one share that I had in my Webull account, which I, in hindsight, obviously probably should have kept a little bit longer, but I was basing it off of the charts, and I didn't want to hold anything for too long with all the news that just came out just in case. So I wanted to get rid of at least a couple of things, keep some profit. I did also sell whatever else it was, my AT&T. Oh, you guys already saw that part. Oh, I bought and then sold Verizon, so I think I made like 50 or 60 cents off of that also. I think I did that yesterday. And why does the order entry tool up? I don't understand. Anyway, so right now we have 12 shares of UEC at an average of $3.21 and change, and we have one share of Starbucks at an average of $87. Well, at $87.20. So we're still still down about $3 on the Starbucks share, but UEC we're definitely up and we're looking good. I'm going to maximize this. We'll look at the charts. We'll see if we actually want to trade this a little bit today. So, alright, it looks like if I were to have traded this, I probably should have done it right at market open. But we'll see if that cross happens. We'll see if this trend still continues down on the RSI. What's Space doing? That's the one I really should be looking at in here. Hey, Space is holding over $7 consistently. Maybe we can keep this track record going. See, it did hit this cross, it looks like, right at market open. Yeah, the minute after market open, it hit the cross on the MACD. RSI is dropping. ATR is still showing up, so that tells me that we still have overall positive sentiment. We would definitely be wanting to wait for another cross in the MACD along with some volume to see it turn back over. But I'm still holding on to this one. I think my average buy-in on this is $8 and change. Yep, $8.41. So I'm still $1.20-ish under per share here. I have 3 of them. Any new news? Nope, no new news. So the last news that I heard from this is that they are giving, or they're offering their first tickets to some company. Yep, Virtuoso, I believe it was. And so they're basically buying their first set of however many tickets it is to take these flights, first 1,000 seats. Standard price of $450,000 is what's going on with this. So that was a deal that was done on the 21st. And just so you can see it, so that's what it looks like, just a quick synopsis. The reason that this could be good is because they also are getting help from launching by launch by Boeing. They're getting help from Boeing to launch to the edge of our atmosphere. So they're getting help with the launch. They already have their first tickets sold. So now it's basically just making sure that people believe their sentiment and that revenue will continue. I think the teetering factor here is just that a lot of people they're not fully set on space exploration or what it's going to look like. But SPCE and SpaceX, I would say, are the two leading when it comes to what they're doing for human travel in space outside of NASA. The companies I'm going to look into next are going to be things, as far as when it comes to space stuff, are probably going to be things or companies that are looking to launch satellites, because there are a lot of companies out there working on new technologies to get satellites into our orbit. And with the new technology that's being released, it's becoming cheaper. This is before things really started becoming a mess. So as things start to settle out, we should see that coming back too. Should be pretty cool. All right. So if you're hanging with me right now, which it looks like I'm talking to myself in the screen, which is totally okay. But if you're hanging with me right now, thank you. But we're going to look a little bit at what the FOMC said the other day, or Jerome Powell said the other day. So this is the PDF of their statement for their press release of the meeting that they had. So basically, I guess you could say it's the synopsis. I might read this whole thing and then post a separate video in case people want to just watch it. But for now, I'm just going to kind of skim through and hold. I mean, you can pause and read it if you want to. But effectively, what they're saying is that they seem to be settling out after everything that's been going on with the supply chain craziness and the supply and demand issues. So they're not doing anything too drastic. They're basically looking to just manage whatever is already going on. So if things, and they're calling this a technical recession. So Jerome Powell said we're not in a recession, but he did clarify saying that it's more or less because it's within their control to kind of change the rates a bit to make sure we don't lose control or this doesn't get out of hand, so that to the point that job loss and everything goes through the roof again. But they are still aiming to get that average of 2% over the long run, and I think their over the long run is like they're shooting for like 2025 or something like that, or 10 years out or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is. But basically, they're still aiming to hit for the 2.5%. I think we're at 2.5% right now, if I'm not mistaken. And if anything needs to happen, they will adjust rates as they see fit. The way Jerome Powell explained it, it seems like he's hoping to front run things instead of, as we know, whenever they implement change, it takes a little bit for policy to catch up or for the actual effect to catch up. So they're hoping that they can see things before they actually happen, so it can be preventative to make sure that it's maintained at a good level. And if there is any lag, it's going to be minimal. And here's the second page. So here's the monitor the implications of incoming information and electronic outlook. The committee would be prepared to adjust the stance of monetary policy as appropriate if risks emerge that could impede the attainment of committee's goals. So that's basically where he was saying that right there. They're going to change things if they see that they need to, but right now they believe they have a pretty good handle on it. So here's effectively what the decision of everything was and what it's going to look like. A lot of this, from the way I'm taking it, is just, in my eyes, as far as what I'm doing with my time and money, is I'm taking this as I can be a little bit more comfortable investing when I do have the opportunity, or I see the opportunity. I don't have to be holding on to any cash too hard. But on the other hand, because they are still saying that they're willing to jump in at any time, I may not be as lean on my cash as I would be typically, which is basically like zero. So I actually, believe it or not, have a little bit, like if there's an emergency, I can at least cover it. And if you guys are just chiming in, I'm starting from what I'm calling like square 1.2, because I have the knowledge and a little bit of money. But I got COVID at the time that crypto was crashing, and I was heavy in crypto, so that really hit me. So I do have at least enough money for an emergency, but typically I'd be on like $0 cash because I'll just hustle until to make everything work. But because of the way everything is, I am holding a little bit of cash because right now I am noticing not many people are buying much. So I'm noticing that the services and knowledge that I have are still being asked for, but when it comes to like my woodworking stuff, not many people are purchasing actual items. So here's the end of the that statement of what's actually going to be taken into effect. But the next check-in, I believe, is September, if I'm not mistaken. That sounds about right. So we'll be able to see how it looked as far as if this was held true, which this is kind of lofty. This is kind of giving them boundaries to bounce off of. So I think it's going to end up holding true because they're saying they're going to change things if they need to. But the funny thing to me was the first time someone asked about Biden saying we're not in a recession or that this is a technical recession or however he worded it. The first time someone asked about that and Jerome Powell responded, he completely avoided the question, like at all, like beat around the bush to the nth degree, to almost the point where I think he was trying to hope that people forgot the question. But people kept hounding on that question specifically on if we're in a recession or if he agrees with the president. So what he ended up saying after like the third time of being asked is he doesn't think we're in a recession, at least not one that will end up being very, very bad, because it is a recession that was caused by their own doing. Like pretty much saying we're well aware of what's going on, and we have a handle on it, and we're going to front run any of the issues that we do see. We'll see. That's really all I got to say on that. All right, so crypto right now has gone up a little bit from the last few days, just like everything else. Bitcoin's holding over 23,000. Ethereum is over 1,600. I saw someone say on Twitter, they were like, yeah, and you guys thought we were going to 3 digits. So I think some people are still saying it's going to hit 900. Most people that I hear are saying, have fun waiting, but we'll see. It's crypto, you never know. But everything else is looking pretty green or sideways, but that's better than the all red we were seeing when we were looking on Wednesday. So Polygon's up, I think that's about 7 to 10 cents since the last time we checked in on it. Cardano's up, I think, like 5 cents since last. This is up only, I think, like 3 cents. Litecoin's up like $5 since the last transacted with it. Uniswap's up at about $1. So there you go. There's how a little bit of crypto is going. I meant to read into this a little bit more, but we'll title read this real quick. Santander to roll out crypto trading services in Brazil. So the reason this caught my eye is because Santander is a pretty big, like, traditional bank, but they seem to be experimental when it comes to crypto, which is pretty cool. Even I think it was during DeFi summer or last summer or something like that. They were I want to say it was NFTs, but I don't want to speak wrong, so don't quote me. But have a read on what this is. But I thought that was pretty interesting that they're going to be getting into crypto trading, especially with everything going on of people being accused of crypto. A lot of the cryptos being transacted being securities. Like Coinbase is now being accused or trying to be sued or whatever from the SEC, because they're saying that a lot of the cryptos that are being traded on Coinbase are actually securities. And with everything going on with XRP right now, which it seems like the synopsis is that late 2023 is when we'll get a decision from that. But same thing, they're trying to say that XRP is a security and that Ripple needs to basically shut it down or change however it works to make it not a security. So it was pretty interesting to even see the title that a bank is going to be getting into crypto trading with all of that going on right now. So I'll read into that a little bit later. We'll see what all that means. But let's look at the charts again. Alright, and I think I do have my lines on here still. Do I not? Yep, I do. Okay, so my next line looks like it's at 744 for SBC. E. Let's zoom out a little, because that looks like it could be forming maybe a pattern. Could be a little bit of a double top. Maybe a small cup and handle. Put it on the 5 minute for now, see what that looks like. Let's go back to UEC. We're still over the $4 range, $4.07. So I do want to say the reason that I did sell at $3.84 is number one, I was in profit by like 60 cents, and I sold. I think it was like 2 or 4, but I was in profit about 60 cents, and which is more than enough for me when it comes to a stock that is this low. I saw that cross, and we were still pretty far away from the next support line. So when I saw that cross, I saw it going more towards the 370 range rather than curving back up. But of course, that's why I didn't liquidate or sell my whole position, because I knew there was a chance of it going higher. When I was starting to trade this, it was in the $3 or $4 range, and it went all the way up to $6 and change. So a lot of this UEC I'm just going to continue holding on to, and I might trade it like I was before. It seems to be volatile enough to be a decent swing trade play, maybe even a day trade play, and on certain days. You can see even right here, the swings have gone over 16 cents in just the last 16 minutes. All right. In the meantime, everything else is looking still more green than it was last week. But AT&T is still basically sideways. Like, I thought I'd kind of regret selling it at $18.40, but I mean, it's not. I mean, I don't. I mean, if I were to purchase it like this, so you see it has a nice drop here. Is this making any pattern of any recognizable sort? Because I mean, it could be doing a double top, or it could be doing a cup and handle, depending on how you look at that. Because this is just over aftermarket. Aftermarket's not always considered when it comes to patterns. But you can see how it had a little bit of a rocket ship right there. We had that cross in the MACD. Now, it doesn't look like these two lines are going to cross too soon, but this little stick here could easily flip up pretty quick. But the volume's not really there. It's pretty low. Could be a good opportunity. By the way, nothing on here is financial advice. It's all for entertainment and education purposes only. I'm just here to kind of use this time as my accountability partner to continue to learn swing trading and technical analysis, and to also evaluate what I'm doing with all of my money, especially since I'm back onto basically peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and food my housemates make. But we're going to be rich soon. And this is how we'll do it, keeping consistent. We're at $180 in this account so far, and I'm considering this a win. Before everything kind of tanked, what was it, like a month or so ago, I was at $188 in this account. I think this account, cash-wise, I put in $150 or $175, I can't remember. But all 180 is telling me, anything above 175 right now, I know is I'm at least in profit, or I'm in the green in this account, and that's all I care about. So I'm about $10 at least, could be 35, in the profit, or I mean, could be 30, in profit on this account since I started about, I think it was a little over 6 months ago, maybe a little under 6 months ago with this account in particular. But I'm calling that a win. So if that's, let's just say it's 150, $30 of 150 is what, like 20% ish? 30 times 5, yeah, 20%. So that's 20% increase. It's pretty darn good, because 20%, if you're looking at 20% ROI on a bigger account, I mean, that's easily a lot of money. But there we are. That's why we're here. Knuckle Dragger Finance. I'm here in the trenches with everybody else making money. Trying. Doing my best. Not trying. We are. We're making money. So if you're liking this video so far, make sure you like, subscribe. Check out my short videos and the other videos that I have also. Oh, real quick, one thing that I want to say, because I don't want to forget this. These three over here, I said in a couple of videos ago that I didn't think you could trade them on TD Ameritrade. Evidently, my internet was just being super slow, and it wasn't loading them. But these are lumber or paper type companies, so something that's in the lumber or wood as far as raw material realm. I'm looking at these right now on TD Ameritrade and in these live streams as we're keeping our eyes in the market. But if I do buy any of this, it will probably be in my Roth IRA, because these would be more long term. I would kind of group this. I was watching Minority Mindset the other day, and I agree with him, whereas I would group these in with like precious metals, sort of. Now, you don't hold on to this stuff. This is still a paper asset, so it's still, in my opinion, much more risky, but it's a paper asset that's getting to as much of the raw material as possible without directly trading on the COMEX. Am I using that right? But basically like the commodity exchange. I think it's COMEX. I believe it's COMEX. So keep an eye on those. But yeah, so check out those other videos, and what else? Yeah, I got a couple of links below. If you want to use Webull, that's what I'm using over here. There's a link to Webull, and there's a link to crypto.com, which is one of my most used crypto exchanges. That and Coinbase is what I'm using now, especially with everything going on. I'm trying to keep it to what is the most popular and really most used in the US. Yeah. What are your next moves? Do you plan on staying in cash? Are you in cash? You gonna buy more since everything is going up? Are you selling as things are going up? Let me know in the comments what your plan of action is after the FOMC met on Wednesday. I don't know if I would say that we're definitely not in a recession, but I would say that I'm more confident now hearing Jerome Powell say that, just because a lot of people do listen to what they're saying to base their trades off of. So if that is now priced into the market, and if people are working off of that, then hopefully that's more positive sentiment where people aren't going to be just pulling out their money and making everything tank again. But we'll see. In the meantime, y'all have a great weekend. I'll catch you Monday.